Hello and welcome to Class Party Tribal EDH Commander, whatever you want to call it. Compliments of Zendikar Rising. So, as I said in my Set Musings episode, I've decided to go with Tazri, Beacon of Unity, 4 and a white, legendary creature, human warrior. It's 4/6. Interesting stuff going on in here in the rules text. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. And then we've got this 2-brid mana as well, with the remaining colours from the Wooburg colour pie, and also the fact that we can also cast it for slightly more. So if we didn't have any, I keep saying cast, don't I? Damn it. Sorry. Activate the ability for slightly more if we don't have the particular colour at our disposal for the colours that we do have, as long as we have plenty of those. So if we activate this, we get to look at the top 6 cards of our library. You may reveal up to 2 cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard and or ally cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Also, I've chosen for my seed Journey to Oblivion. So you can see here the stuff that I've chosen from the set is anything that's party related that is going to work in here and gives us some utility at some level. So this spell costs 1 less, so it sort of mirrors this. Well, actually mirror is the wrong word. Duplicates. I'm using a lot of wrong words here, aren't I? Duplicates. When Journey to Oblivion enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Journey to Oblivion leaves the battlefield. So you can sort of guess this is a bit of, I suppose, of a namesake card. You're probably familiar with other cards that do this sort of thing. For the moment, I've kept the land base fairly simple. I've not included any modal cards from the set. There's modal double face cards yet. I'm just going to see what it suggests. I didn't want it to pull me down a potentially landfall build. That's the logic. So I've just got base camp at the moment, and the rest at the moment the slots are just filled with 7 of each of the 5 colours, and they're in this rather nice full art land. 3 sorceries, and as you can spot, they all leverage party. So we've got Coveted Prize to search our library. It says if you have a full party, you may cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its cost. Skyclave Plunder. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is 3 plus the number of creatures in your party. Put 3 of those creatures into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then Thwart the Grave. This spell costs 1 less for cards for each creature in your party. Your party consists of up to 1 each of cleric, rogue, warrior and wizard. Return target creature card and up to 1 target cleric, rogue, warrior or wizard card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Got some instants in here again. Yeah, party. So maybe we need Party Jace if there's a party going on. And then we've generally got creatures here that synergize in some way with parties. There'll be a few exceptions. If a card has a particular useful utility that isn't dependent on party. So basically, yeah, either they leverage party in some way, or just in and of themselves they have a useful ability. And you know, like this, it's a kicker in here as well, which was in the set. So we can use that to get stuff back. No artifacts in here at the moment. I'm going to just let the algorithm decide, and sometimes I'll do that. Just see what bubbles to the surface based on the slots. So lots of creatures. I'll leave the land where it is, and then like basically, you know, less than 10, I suppose between 5 to 10 of each of the instant sorceries, artifacts and enchantments. I'll see what it suggests in terms of oh god, planeswalkers. Oh dear. We'll see. I wonder if it's going to suggest any new cards as well that might have hit the database. We'll see. So let's just do it on all card types and see what bubbles to the surface, and then I'll switch over. Don't know what to do first, really. I suppose seeing as we've got a lot of creatures already, maybe I'll go through the other card types first of all. It's always difficult, isn't it? Or maybe I should just fully state my desire to have a party. It's going to be interesting as well, because when I thought about this at the last minute, just looking at this now, of course, thematically parties and dungeons are going to be cool. We've got parties venturing into dungeons. So I'll try and remember 2 lands. Right. I'm just curious. Ooh. Have a Triumph here as well. Being suggested. Baldur's Gate. We've got these gates. Oh, the World Tree. Don't think I want that. No. It's interesting. Grab an Evolving Wilds. Human. I'm just looking to see, so human warrior, how much we can leverage that card. I don't think so. Okay, what don't we? Let's put all the gates in. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. A gate theme going on as well. Okay, so okay, let's 1, 2, 2, 2. interesting. Shadows of the Past. Ooh. The scary one. Terramorphic Expanse is it using? Alphyrexia will be one. Okay, it's a bit of a land Durdle going on there. I'll rebalance this at the end. I might even reduce the... It's always difficult, I find, with 5 colour. Myself building a land base. I mean, we could have gone for a whole ton of like dual lands, but I thought it'd be fun to go with those gates. Right. What should we do? Let's have a think about some instance, maybe. Okay. Yes, please. Trying to work out, do I want to encourage it to go? Why not? Let's do a venture into the dungeon sub-theme. Was that printed from? Yeah, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Okay. Alright. Let's just see. Sorceries. What have we got? Stick together. What's at the end? Kodama's reach there. So we've got choose a party from among creatures they control and sacrifices the rest. I think here I might be better off going with mana type stuff, just because we're playing 5 colour. Okay, that's fine. See, wing it a bit here, but this is where the fun is. Find the creatures you own have. Yeah, think about that. Better get some artifacts in here though. Right. Creature's lifelink, fun thematically. You can go every creature type. Yeah. We're showing so mainly, I mean, you know, again, you can have fun probably with equipment here. Some of that's self-equipping things, but maybe I want to just stick with stuff that fixes for mana. Is it going to let me do... Oh, actually no, because we do sometimes like to look at the price, so I better not put that in, even though it is my favourite card. Let's do it this way. Something a bit unusual, shall we? It looks that, you know, a lot of these are now like fixed around $2.49 for just the regular stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Not too bad so far. We'll see. We've got what, another 25 cards to add, and they're all creatures. I didn't... Let me check the planeswalkers on here. I wasn't necessarily planning. So we got to venture into the dungeon. Yeah, we'll see. This is a tricky deck, isn't it? So do we just dogpile in all the party stuff? But let's just scroll down the bottom and see what we get for the sort of less common stuff, the outliers. We spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast creature spells. That could be useful. So I'm just going to make sure I've got the odd bit of utility here before we go all in. Changelings, you know, shapeshifters, like, which have really cool utility, are always handy because you can treat them as any creature type. I do like Mirror Entity. This can go crazy with excess mana. We got the... Okay, here we go. So, let's do that. Yeah. Party synergy. See, seeing as this is party, we really need booze. I don't know if there's any beverage-based Magic the Gathering cards. You can, yeah, in the comments section, perhaps you'd like to list your beverage, your favourite beverage-based Magic cards. There we go. Okay. Yep. So we've got a lot of dungeony stuff here. It's always handy. But I don't know, I was hoping to keep the costs fairly low, but I've not been keeping tabs on it. What's this? Unearth. Okay, we don't. Control becomes a target of spell or ability. It's nice with Wooburg as well, you can just play anything. Like all your pet cards and... Oh, speaking of pet cards... Do these have any interesting abilities on them? So we've got 22 creatures... Quite a few have flying. No. Yeah, not going to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of choice here. Ooh, a rabbit wizard. I don't know. Non-token creature and spell for your control. So rare white illusion. Looks a bit faffy. I should definitely have done a little bit more of reading up about dungeons, I think, before I attempted this, but there you go. some utility here. Seven cards still, okay. Up to 28 creatures. Okay, let's just... Yeah, sometimes I forget to do this. It's always worth researching because it's going to re-look at the cards you've got and then adjust the suggestions accordingly. Should have also been keeping an eye on the creature types as well. I think I'm okay. Just so they mesh up with party. So target player searches their library for a card. Flash that in, that's pretty cool. Oh, there we are. Well, how are we sorted here? By mana value. So what have we got? Suppose that's okay. Some high cost stuff here. Right, let's export this and just dive in and see what some hands look like and how easy it is to play stuff out. I think that's what I'm going to focus on this goldfish session. So let's go into the playtester. Right, go away. Apologise for this. Well, that's not very good. We actually have a no. That's better. Okay, so we've got 2 islands, a forest and a plains. Squad commander. So we'll keep that. And okay, so I expect this is going to be slow. Our commander, well, so it's turn 5 commander, but it's got that this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party on it. So yep. It's going to be a little while before we can play anything. play tapped. Yeah, this is going to be a very slow deck. Look at that. Okay, yeah. So now we are in a position to be playing stuff like this and this, but nothing else, unfortunately. So yeah, slow deck. We're not seeing anything. Let me just go back to the deck because I did forget to do something. Well, I suppose saying that, the only thing, we don't have a lot of red cards, but obviously don't want to make it so I can't cast red at all. It does look like, though, I could, with this deck, something to consider, I could get away with just removing maybe the red. I won't do it for this particular episode, but removing the red and then just not worrying about it. And if I need to activate this, just go for the 2 Brid instead for that activation. And just check and see if there's anything else that has red in the activation cost as well. So that, yeah, it's possible to do that. Might be a strategy. Right, go away advert. So 2 and okay. So we've got a bit more of some lower mana curve here. Once this comes up untapped, we can, well, when that came into play, we obviously need to choose a colour. So I probably would have gone for maybe green. So we basically know this is going to be a slow, somewhat durdly deck that we just play for funsies, hopefully, and don't get obliterated. What have we got? 3 land. Turn 2, turn 2. Yep, cool. Okay, swamp, forest. Oh, okay. Might as well get all our land out. And we could have also got a cursed idler if we'd felt like it, but it's always difficult with these cards. When you're gold fishing, you've got no opponent, so yeah. So we've got some sorceries that would deal with stuff. Okay, I think I'm going to stop it there because we're not going to get much mileage out of that with these sort of, you know, durdly, just play for fun decks. The price on this was $100. I suppose looking at there, I'm just trying to think, you know, if you opened a lot of Zendikar Rising product, how much of these party cards you'd have kicking around. I don't see, yeah, a lot of these cards are at higher rarities. Where's most of our cost in here? So we've got 35 creatures coming out at 47, so, you know, That's just over $1 a card. So instance looks the section that's our cheapest here. Sorcery is pretty good. Land, $25 for that mana base, so most of it's going to be in the I don't know, I didn't look to see how much the full art lands are, so for this set I don't know. There was just so many full art land now that I don't think they were necessarily that expensive, but again you could swap out with anything you've got kicking around. The gates, I suppose that's where, well, not too bad. And then here, yeah, the Chromatic Lantern's expensive. But, I mean, you could remove that and replace it with other artifact utility. That would bring the price of the artifacts down quite considerably. The command's not very expensive. There may be some things in here you could treat. You know, I'm thinking again where, you know, if you're just building a deck to durdle around, you probably don't want it too expensive if you haven't got the cards. So the reason why I'm doing this is just to see if there's anything we could just take out that would massively reduce the price of the deck. We've got, you know, cards like this, so I'm assuming you could just fill it full of either party cards below $1 or utility creatures, so party creatures, utility creatures below $1, and you know, just have a fun deck to play around with. But like I said, I don't know how many of these cards would just be sitting in people's collection if you're just opening, you know, a moderate amount of booster cards per set. So yeah, this episode was probably a little bit more meditative than usual, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And it certainly made me think about, you know, with some of these themes, they're, you know, bordering on workable, but they do open up interesting design spaces. And if I'd thought through a little bit more about the utility of certain creature classes and the whole dungeon thing before I embarked on this, then maybe this would have been a bit of a stronger deck. Well, it certainly would have been a stronger deck. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next episode.